need. My concern is back to some of the other points folks made is what is going to be the guarantee today when we leave here? And we're going to continue our pursuit of all this oversight of everything else that goes on in the VA that the American people hear about as well. And I sit here today shocked thinking, man, we just heard about this crisis. And is there anything other, number one, than the threat of shutting down medical facilities to take care of our veterans? Is there anything else that can be done, number one? But number two, if this flexibility of funds is the answer, then where is the guarantee? Are we going to be looking for a marker that you can say, hey, in 6 months, here's what you're going to see, and I guarantee it. I put the power of my office behind it.
I think the only guarantee I can give you is one that we're putting the right leaders in place, and that those leaders are leaders who are trustworthy, and we have to earn your trust. I think that's the strongest guarantee I can give you.
I understand, and I appreciate that, and with all due respect, I accept that as your answer. I guess the problem is this, that we've been at this longer than you've been at the table, and we are still celebrating the day that you came and took this, which you said your confirmation.
And I apologize for everything that happened.
And your confirmation was a year ago, and I think in some areas you've been incredibly helpful. But I guess my concern is this, that when we talk about being flexible and moving funds, and we don't see, and we're the eyes and the ears for 250,000 people, each of us. That's what we hear and see. And when we still get the information back and we still sit here in hearings and don't have the verification on 1,300 people, whether they're probationary, whether they're full employees, we don't see the shake, rattling, and rolling of your side. And those are the kind of things that I want to see. It wasn't too long ago that veterans were dying because of intolerable kinds of instances that were exposed here in this place through media of what was happening to our veterans. I wanted to see people go to prison. There were people that died that will never be accounted for again. And the gross abnormalities that were happening at the hands of VA administrators. And I would think that with the 1,300 people terminated, the FBI investigations and those kinds of things, that maybe we wouldn't have as many hearings as we've had. But we still have instances of offenses against whistleblowers. IT issues that the American people just shake their head at, the billions of dollars spent, no reforms, nothing is working. And we still sit here today, and I feel bad.
I wouldn't say nothing's working. A year ago, more than a year ago, we had virtually 300,000 people on wait lists. Today, we have 7 million more completed appointments. We have wait times on average that are 5 days for specialty, 4 days for primary care, 3 days for mental health. I defy you to find another medical system in the country that has that. I mean, we are here and we are all for shining light on what we're doing because we think it makes us better. And we appreciate your partnership to do that, just like we appreciate your
I don't want to make light here today of the fact that this is an easy decision, and I don't want the American people to think, in the state of Indiana where I live, $2.5 billion is more than real money. It's shocking money. And we toss that figure around of a $168 billion budget like, oh, we're just asking for this little amount of money. But I'm asking for a guarantee and for somebody someplace to be able to stand up and say, never again on my watch, never again on the Secretary of Defense watch or anybody else's or this President will we tolerate what's happened. And I want a guarantee that says, here's what history says, we're still having hearings on massive amount of issues. That's what history says. I want a guarantee going forward that this will stop. And the other final question I have for you is, when did the President know that there was a crisis in the VA?
I think the President's been working on a crisis in the VA for a long time.
When did the President know about this budget crisis?
Well, the first discussion I had with the President was the crisis that we have.
When did our President know about this hearing we're having today that we're $2.5 billion
I don't remember
short? Did you tell the President?
Pardon me?
Did you tell the President?
Yeah, of course. I told Chief of Staff, sure.
When did you do that?
In June? Remember.
May? When it started happening? Okay.
I knew about the middle of May, so it was probably around that time.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You get back my time.